Alright, it is knife time. And I should be in the shop right now doing a next segment of our Bowie project, but it is a crazy, crazy storm out, crazy winds, and the shop sounds like there is a hurricane going on. It's kind of windy sounding inside the house here. I can hear wind down the chimneys and through the old window and all the things. So, I'll probably do a short later on about where we're at on the Bowie and what our next step is going to be. But we'll do the next step for the Bowie tomorrow, weather permitting. All right, so today we're going to do some fill-in with a spooky, my cat, baby cat, with a spooky Saturday, because we're almost right there on Halloween. So we got our spooky Saturday bushido boy. That's right. The cold steel Recon Tanto with the bright orange craton handle. Look at that. Look at that bright boy. That's bright as a circus hippopotamus boy with that nice brass sleeve for your lanyard. It's a nice little hole. Let's see. Oh, and I can see you through the nice little hole. All right. That would be a 7-inch long American style recurve Tanto blade. .200 on the thickness there. It's a thick boy. And that's SK5 steel. That's a nice high carbon steel. Very strong. This is 11.8 inches overall. Weighs just that much under a pound. This is a chunky boy. This is a very critter shaving sharp blade there. The Recon Tanto. Look at that. See? Even tells you exactly what it is. These are beloved by so many people. So many of my buddies have these. I've had one of these, just a standard black one, in my truck for the entire time I've owned my truck. And let's see, I got my truck in the fall of 2014, and it is 2025. So 11 years I've had one of these between the seats of my truck. And for those of you who think the craton handle may go wonky after a while, well, that truck's been in like however hot a summer gets inside a car and however cold a winter gets inside a car, whether I'm driving that truck or it's chilling like it is now or whatever, that knife's in there and that handle's still a-okay. Although it has not been in direct sunlight. But the craton handle will last through all kinds of weather differentiation. And general use. I've had good luck with cold steels. As I've said multiple times. The Recon Tanto, man. Tanto, however you want to say it. It's one of those things, you know. Baby's eating her chow. That's rad. She gets to eat wherever she wants right now. Alright, so everybody likes these. I know lots of dudes that have traipsed around all over the world with these strapped to them. I have traipsed all over the mountains, all over the West Coast with one of these. The one that's in my truck now, it's gone so many places with me. It was like one of those knives when I got it. It was like, it's a cold steel. I'm going to stab things with it. And so, like, you know, that much of the blade finish is worn off. And it's got some going along the finish there. But, man, tough as hell. I'd use it as like a probing tool out in the desert. I'd be like, oh, what's this here? Like, ching, 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 flipping stuff over with the, you know, the tip. They were very handy-dandy. Heavy duty fighting / bushcrafting / utility / just about do it all knife, man. Almost. you know. It's got that fat curve on that blade. Nice long blade. Very sharp, as most cold steels are that I have handled. Boy, comes with the Secure-X sheath. I don't know. I don't mind it on this one because I did it all Revenge of the Ninja style with some, you know, bushido. You do not know bushido. I know bushido. But yeah, so it's spooky season. This is my spooky Tanto. These things are so badass. I'm not even playing. No joke. These are one of my all-time favorite knives, as it is for so many other people out there. So many of my buddies have these. Even guys I know that aren't knife people usually have a Recon Tanto squirreled away, you know? Yeah. Let me know what you think in the comments. I try and get back to most comments. Sometimes I see one gets through the cracks. I'll like go to respond to it, and in the time frame of all the alertations and stuff, I've lost a comment here and there. I will go through one of these days and trying to respond to everybody, especially if it's a question. But yeah, let me know what you think of the old cold steel Recon Tanto. One of the best things I think this is oh, and you know what? I was going to tie this in. Somebody asked me the other day, would you take the... And I was going to bring them both for the video, but oh well. You guys have great imagination and recall skills. And if not, you can go through and watch the video. And there's a billion videos. But somebody, a frequenter of the channel, asked me the other day if I had to choose between a cold steel SRK or the GTK II GTK2. Which one would I choose? I was like, boy, that's a weird choice because, you know, the SRK is so venerated and such, but that GTK2, if you just want an all-around basher beater knife, the GTK2 is like a good one for just like, if you want a knife that you can just abuse, like you don't care about it, you know, because it's that beefy and thick. But like, on that note, this is something that's kind of like the middle ground to both of those. You know what I'm saying? This is like a destroyer. You know, and you can mess these up, but they're very tough, very all-around good knife. That grip, it's basically the same grip as the cold steel SRK, which I've done a video on, and that was the one that wouldn't upload right and stuff, so I'm going to redo the video on it one of these days. I told a joke on the video, and it wasn't a sensitive subject or anything, but maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I'll leave the joke out. We'll see if it goes. Hey, so yeah, cold steel, Recon Tanto. You can get these for so cheap. I don't even want to say cheap because these aren't cheap. This is like a really great tool. And you could find these like so many different places for $40. I got this handle color. I'm sure it wasn't that popular. I believe I got this for $26 plus like $8 shipping. $26 for a heavy duty bushido blade. Okay, like this is like, this could be a one in, if you just want like one badass combat utility do it all almost knife. You know, the Tanto point, you know, you could actually do crafting stuff with this Tanto point because it is like, you know, but, you know, a lot of people prefer that thing, but this is such a good, ooh, it's a good knife. And that orange handle is so good for the spooky season. I'm not sure if too many places have the orange handle. If you don't mind waiting forever for shipping and like this sketchy feeling, it's like, oh my God, am I really going to get the knife I paid for? No, you'll get it. It's just going to take a while. I believe I got this through Chicago Knife Works. I forgot who I bought it through, you know. It was like one of those things. But they have these, and they have really good deals on cold steel most of the time. But But you're going to wait a minute, couple weeks, usually 2.5 weeks to get your knife. And like a week and a half before you get email. So, and you know, they're not like I'm not affiliated to them or nothing, you know. If they screw you over, that's not my fault. They're not, I'm just saying that's where I get some knives from. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, there it is. This bushido. Spooky Saturday. Man, I love Halloween, you guys. You guys could do anything? I don't know. Alright, I'll ask you one question. You guys love the Recon Tanto, huh? Isn't it cool? Alright, I'm gonna bounce. Hopefully this wind dies down and I can get a little shop segment in later today. Maybe this evening. Ooh, look at that edge. This is a good one. Like I said, standard price you could find these for. Like Midway USA, these are like $40, like the tan handle. It depends, man, what handle you pick, how cheap you get it, you know? The handle popularity. There's tan ones, there's green ones, there's black ones, there's orange ones. You know, I suppose not too many people like the orange one because it was $26. That's why I have a yellow Harley. I went to the Harley shop and I was going to buy a totally different model of bike and everything else. And I saw my bike, and it's this bright yellow bike. And had a big old sticker on it, like a big old sign like this color, a little bit darker than this. It said sale. It was marked down really low. I'm like, why? I'm like, oh, it's been here a while. I said, because nobody wants that bright yellow bike. I do, and I offered him less, and you know. You always get robbed at a Harley shop, but hey, that's the deal. Sometimes you just buy something because it's the best deal. You know what I'm saying? And that was kind of the case here, but also kind of the case that I like orange, and it's kind of Halloween-y. Maybe I'll carve a pumpkin with it. Ooh. Maybe I'll carve a pumpkin with it. That might be fun. We could do a little video. Carving a pumpkin with our Recon Tanto. Alright, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. I'll let y'all get to it. The World Series might be on. I know the Dodgers lost one game. One game they lost. I'm rooting for the Dodgers. Are those other ones even American? Toronto, is that Toronto, Canada? I can't root for them. No offense. Alright. America, watch your top nut.